one thing that I hear a lot of times is when you start to focus on cadence, you will start to run faster, right? So if you're running with a really slow cadence and then you take faster steps, it makes sense that you would run a faster pace, right? Does that make sense? That's not necessarily the case. You want to be able to run at 180 cadence at a really slow pace. This is another one that I think would be really, really good to learn to do while you're in place. If I can run at 180 cadence while I'm in place, then surely I can go as slow as I ever need to, or backwards even, at 180 cadence. So there's no reason why I should have to speed up in order to run a fast cadence. Does that make sense? It will be a little bit more natural to speed up a little bit as you're working on it, but you want to focus. So that's why I like to start with this at standing still, and then just slowly move forward. I can go really, really slow and still run a really fast cadence. Okay, so if you are focusing on cadence, let's say you run with like a 160 cadence right now and you really want to start to work up to that 180 mark. First, I would say start in small increments, make a goal of 165 up to 170. Once you get to 170, then try to move up to 175. But if you move up to 165 and you're running way too fast and you're getting out of breath and you're like, man, this is too fast, then stop and start running in place with a fast cadence again and slowly move forward. It'll be a lot easier, right? Does that make sense? That's why when we were doing these drills and we were in place, I was making you do a really small motion. The slower you go with a 180 cadence, the smaller your motion should be. And then if you want to speed up, you can keep that same cadence, but have a little bit of a bigger motion. If your motion is a little bit bigger at the same cadence, you're gonna move faster, right? And so at my marathon pace, I'll run a little bit of a faster cadence than I will for an easy run, but my motion is just a lot bigger the whole time. Does that make sense? Okay. I think cadence is the #1 thing to work on form. Yeah. Anyone who has worked with me as a coach knows that the first week I write them about cadence. The second week I check in about cadence and I say, hey, are you looking at cadence? There's a piece on their Google Doc that says, what was your cadence for this run? I think it's the very most important thing. And it's something that can surely get better over time. It's something that can fade over time if you're not thinking about it. Or as fitness goes up and down a little bit, different seasons, you take a break and then you come back, your cadence might be slower. After I take a break after a marathon and I come back to running, my cadence is really slow. And I spend the first 2 weeks before I'm doing any workouts just kind of getting back to my rhythm of cadence, being right around high 70s, low 180s. And I start to feel a lot more like myself just by bringing my cadence back up.